Nabalaan ko ang pagpalinupok sa mga kanyon diri sa Bago.
Kilala ko siya, tungod siya ang hero sa Bago City.
Mga activities na gina-celebrate every November, una na is ang civic parade, kagang sigabong sa mga kanyon, wherein ang mga officials sa Bago gaupo dada. Kagang napagid ganin, Meka? Fancy drill. Ang gina-participatean sang kinailain balang eskwelahan.
In the early morning, 5th of November 1898, General Juan Anacleto Araneta led his army to march towards Bacolod City, the seat of the Spanish government in the island of Negros. Maayong adlaw, Negros. Magandang araw, Negros. And good day, Negros. And welcome to Bago City, the home of historical and natural resources. Today, you will know how our Cinco de Noviembre has all started. Tara, samahan niyo ako at silipin natin ang Al Cinco de Noviembre, the Millennials perspective, looking back on November 5, 1898. Paano nga ba nagsimula ang Al Cinco de Noviembre? According to Wikipedia, the revolt began in November 5, 1898 in central and northern Negros in the morning, and by the afternoon had spread to other towns such as San Miguel, Cadiz, Silay, and Bacolod. In Silay, Lieutenant Maximiano Correa, commanding the Spanish garrison, had 10 Spanish cazadores or hunters and 7 Filipino silvadores. They were entrenched inside the municipal building, but surrendered without a fight when they realized that the townspeople were determined to burn that building to the ground should there be resistance. The Silay Parish Priest Eulogio Saiz, a businessman named Juan Villaplana, and Jose Ledesma persuaded the Spanish forces to lay down the arms, and later, a flag similar to the design of the Filipino flag was hoisted by the victorious townspeople. In Bacolod, the governor of the province, Isidro de Castro, sent a force of 25 cazadores and 16 civil guards to engage a swarm of rebels seen camping near the Matabang River. After a brief skirmish, they withdraw. The governor decided to make a stand in the Bacolod convent, presently the bishop's palace, where hundreds of Spanish families had taken refuge. He waited for the attack, but it did not come. Fearing for the lives and that of their families, the Spanish governor Isidro de Castro agreed to sign an act of capitulation or surrender to the local revolutionary leaders on November 6, 1898. In the early morning of November 5, 1898, General Juan Anacleto Araneta of Bago City led his army to march towards Bacolod City, the seat of Spanish government in the island of Negros. The rebels advanced from Bacolod. Anicito Lacson, a rich landlord from Talisay, and Nicolas Goles, a deputy commander, approached from the north, crossing the Mandalagan River, while Araneta, with 1,000 of boldly men, took positions at the Lupit River in the southeast of Bacolod. Hundreds of men carried rifles made of wood and coconut fronds, and pushed carabao carts loaded with cannons, rode out of sawali, or locally known as amakan, painted in dark color to appear real. The bluff worked. The Spanish governor Isidro de Castro was persuaded that it was useless to defend the capital. So to prevent from ahat nga kamatayon or sure death, the Spaniards decided that it was game over. It was the end of century-old abuse of power in this part of the Philippines. They surrendered. The day after the signing of Acta de Capitulación, or Acts of Surrender, by the Spanish government and its military forces, the Negrense revolutionary leaders gathered to organize a Negros Republic. Cinco de Noviembre is known to Negrenses as a celebration of a one-day bloodless revolution that freed them from the bondage of Spanish colonial power. Kahilwayan sa Negros! What is the significance of the date November 5 or el Cinco de Noviembre? In Bago City, a celebration known locally as Sigabong sa mga Kanyon or loud explosions of cannons is held by the city government of Bago to reminisce the revolution of Bagoeños and Negrenses to gain independence from Spain. Every year, the cannons kept firing, producing sounds that could mean freedom. Indeed, Bago City is a treasure, rich in history that all Bagoeños should be proud of. This is Meltor Fernandez. And this is my El Cinco de Noviembre Diary. Boom! Bago City!
Go, Bago, dance in the light of a brand new day. Bagoeños unite for Bago.